Hello everybody, welcome back. In this section, I will show you how to plot three-dimensional surface and two-dimensional contour. First of all, clear the environment. Then we import the data we need. And here, I will show you the data structure. We have a plain text file with 3 columns corresponding to x value, y value, and z values. And now I import this file with I first open it, and with an open ID, file ID, and then I scan this file. By specify FID in the first argument of the fscan function. And the format I want to read from this file is a float number. Are all float numbers, and I will read 3 float number each row, and have infinite number of rows. I don't know how many rows, maybe 5,000. I just specify indefinite, and then close this file. Now we have the file imported and saved as a variable data, and you can see this data file, data matrix here. It's 3 rows and 5,500 columns. And usually we are more used to take a variable as a column of a matrix instead of a row. So I will transpose this data matrix. And now we have 3 columns only, you see. And then assign each of the columns to the variables we want. Open a figure. Here, this command, before we plot, I use a string command here. I don't quite understand, but I assume it is like use more buffer in the memory to plot this figure. Because the figure gets complicated, sometimes the memory will cause some problem. But I think it won't be a problem in more advanced computers or MATLAB versions. But for me, I got to include this one. You can test and see if you need it or not, but it has nothing to do with what the plot looks like. Then I plot 3-dimensional figure with plot 3 with x, y, z, and the style I want is a dot. I will plot each of the data point as a dot in this figure with no connection between these dots. And here it looks like it's 2-dimensional, actually 3D. You can rotate it with this button. Here is a rotate 3-dimensional button. Then set it to the proper view you want. And you see here are 5,500 dots. And of course you can connect them by specify a line specifier here, but this don't have too much meaning because there is no rational meaning behind the connection of these dots. And you can set a view of the figure. The view means where you are looking, from which perspective you are looking at this 3-dimensional surface. And there are some special views. Here is 20 degree, means you rotate the y-axis clockwise by minus 20 degree, which is counterclockwise 20 degree. Then you rotate the y-axis up, so you can look down over it by 3 degrees, and you can turn on the grid. There are 2 special views here. If you view it from 90 degree above, now it looks directly look down. It's like a 2-dimensional surface, a 2-dimensional plane. And also you can view it from the side, exactly the side, and from the other side you have 0, so you are not looking down at all. You just look from the side. This is from X side, this is from Y side, I guess. You can play with it. here it concludes the part of the data. Before I go to the surface part, I would like to stop here and start talk about the surface in next video.